Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team, and welcome to Russell and TDT's Fantasy League show. How are you, Russell?
Very good, mate. I'm very good. Had a pretty average week in fantasy football, and just enjoying these new graphics you got, mate. It looks very smart. With, I thought it was Ben Foster at one point in the middle. I don't think Allison looks a bit like Ben Foster.
Does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, when I first saw it, it's only when I saw the Liverpool thing. But yeah, all good, mate. Like I say, a bit frustrated on the transfer front with Leeds, but we won't talk about that too much as it's a fantasy stream. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of picking your brains a bit about your decisions and what you got, and yeah, maybe critiquing a few other people's teams if they're popping.
Well, I've made a transfer for this week. I've already done it.
Oh, you already done that? Well, okay then. Well,
I'm going to show you. You'll like this. Cats. You know, as I was saying just before the stream, big thanks to Brother Titch for doing the overlay for us. It looks jazzy, doesn't it?
Oh, was it Titch? Was it Titch that did it? Was it?
Titch did the overlay. I did my little room.
Well, the overlay's not very good. I prefer the other bit
then. Brother Titch. Speaking about Brother Titch, is Russell's doing his hair?
Always, Titch. Always.
All right. Before we go on, did you Fabrizio Romano? Did you see the latest tweet he put out about Leeds?
Oh, I did see that bit about somewhere basically saying, I think the general theme was, yeah, we're dead happy with everything. I was like, right, okay.
Meslier.
Oh.
The bad news is Man United are interested in him. But yeah, according to Fabrizio Romano, Leeds United have got no interests or intention of selling Meslier to Man United.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to. Let's be honest, I don't think the board would dare sell him. To be honest with you, with how the how can we put it, the undercurrent it is with us and our since selling Rafinha not doing anything. But it's not going to happen. Let's be honest. I don't think they're going to commit that kind of suicide.
And West Ham have made a signing today. They've signed a player. I think he's a centre back. So
yeah,
they've made moves.
Quite cheap as well. German international. He's only about 15 million. That's cheap, isn't it?
For a 4-year deal, yeah. It's valued at about 30, apparently.
Right, that's very. Yeah, it kind of makes me question Leeds, and they're always saying, "Oh, yeah, we don't know what There's no players out there." And you think, I think you're fibbing a bit. I think there is a few players out there you can get.
Right, here we go. I'm going to keep up with these chats.
No, that's fine, mate. Yeah, you're getting the.
She's laughing his head off at you.
Yeah.
Good evening, Happy Amarette. She's back for more. She's a woman for punishment. She's back for more.
Yeah, I'm glad Happy Hammeret's come in because she's seen. I'll be intrigued when we get into our teams. I'll be intrigued to kind of see how she did as well because she was one of the. She was quite into a fantasy in the last stream, weren't she? That was good.
I was going to say something really sarcastic then, but I was going to.
No, say it, Stu. If you're thinking
I was going to say, Happy Emirates's always into her fantasies. Believe me. I'm only joking, Happy. Titch saying hello. Happy. Right? Titchy fucking kill. Titchy fucking kill. Titchy fucking kill. Right.
She's put a little wink emoji next to that, so I don't know if that's it. That might be an in-house joke.
Had to authorise that comment. Kia is the nuts. Good feeling about this one. Can see him taking Kuffels Sufel's spot once again he's back.
See, this is different between West Ham and Leeds. West Ham are seeing where their problems are and they're trying to get people into those positions. Because they were after that Emerson from Chelsea, but obviously it's come out that he's wage demands. But at least they're trying to sort out the left-back problem. They know they've got a few defensive problems, so they're filling those gaps. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You go, still got a problem here, still got a problem in there. You sort it out. You don't do what Leeds are doing and go, well, I think we're all right.
I still think, mate. I still think we don't want to spend any money. I'm adamant.
Well,
I'm
like I said,
adamant.
well, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my tongue as tied as it can until after the transfer window, and if nothing's happened, then I'm going to be going a bit nuts, I think. So for now, I'm just going to pretend. No, I'm just going to go. They will do deals when they pop up, and it gets close to the window when people are trying to leave the clubs and etc. I think Leeds will still do something. I'm still convinced. So,
but right, it's right. What's the point of making a noise after when transfer windows close when we can't do anything? Because at the moment, because everyone's well, I say everyone. I mean, look, I still, I think we need a left back and a striker priority now because of our injury concerns with Bamford and Geltard out.
well, I mean, Stu, how much more evidence do you need after going in after playing the weekend games and Bamford gets injured and Gerhard's not even on the bench? I mean, if that isn't a warning sign, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I mean, I don't know. It's just really annoying to watch. What's annoying is how quiet it is. It's like there's not even anything kind of. Doesn't even feel everything that seems to be brought up gets shot down. It's just like give us something to go off.
Is this the 4th week now since we sold Rafinha?
I think we're moving on to the 5th week.
Wow,
which is crazy if you think about it.
Well, to say we brought all them players in, like 2 a week at the beginning, yeah. We've shown that we can get business done when we want to.
Yeah,
that's what's the concerning bit because if they wanted to bring these players in to get them, that's what I think anyway. I was happy, and happy. She says only about Lanzini. She only has fantasies about Lanzini.
Oh, she likes the tanned Mediterranean look.
Well, I don't know if she looks past his waist. To be honest, it's legs down. You know what I mean?
No comment.
Super happy with today's signing.
What's even more annoying, Stu, is you've got all the West Ham fans in the comments, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, good signing, can play 5 positions." Then you got on the other side of the wall, me and you we're under the dark clouds of Leeds. Yep. And you got all the West Ham fans who are all patting each other on the back and telling how well their transfer window's going. So. Yeah, funny how quickly it can change, It
is. Can play 3 positions, which is a bonus. Are you going tomorrow happy? Centre back, both full backs, and defensive midfield. Titch, kill.
I think what's surprising me is he's a German international and how cheap it is. That's what I can't really wrap my head around. I'm like, I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. So I knew that they signed him, and my West Ham mate was kind of going, "Oh, look at all these players we're signing. You're not doing anything." But I haven't looked into him. I don't know if he's good, bad. I don't know. But one thing I'd like is at least they're trying to sort the problems out. That's what they're doing. So that's what's frustrating.
You can't keep me away from my beloved West Ham Titch. No trains though, so hard to empty stadium, it's going to be an empty stadium, which is sad. Yeah, trains are on strike out on 3rd tomorrow.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. You
won't be able to get old Thomas the Tank Engine happy. You have to find another way up rather than Thomas.
I'll be doing a watch along and hope to see the new signing. He'll be on bench, Brother Titch. He'll be on bench. David Moyes won't put him straight, and he never does. Half. I don't. Right. 15 days to go still, guys. Keep the faith.
Oh, I mean, sometimes, yeah. I think there's just a growing frustration, and I think it's one of the few things a lot of Leeds fans. We're not usually on the same page, are we, Leeds fans? But I think there's a general feeling you could put across a lot of fans, and I think we're all kind of thinking the same now in this sense. Like we really need to do something with these positions. The only reason we're getting a little edgy about it is is it's clear to see, and it's obvious if we do it, it will help us.
Yeah.
That's what's so annoying. We're not doing it just to moan. We're doing it knowing that it'll give us a better chance of staying in the league. So,
well, I mean, I just don't know if I'm up for Dan James being up top, playing up as striker again.
Can't put Dan. He's not a striker. Can't put Dan James.
But there's nobody else there, Russell.
It'll have to be Rodrigo. As it stands now, I can only put Rodrigo. This is what I would do: is I would put Rodrigo at top, Harrison, Aronson, James, or Sinistera, whichever way you want to go. You can't have James. I'd rather have Rodrigo up front.
Yeah. Well, it's in form, and I mean, let's just hope we can continue it until we bring some.
Yeah, unbelievably, when we get into the fantasy football, Rodrigo is the top scoring midfielder on fantasy football.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's crazy.
He's leading goal scorer in Premiership.
Yeah, he's counted as a midfielder in fantasy football. Crazy. So, yeah, it's crazy.
More signings needed. It's a bit strange that PSG paid 30 million for him a few years ago, and we've got him so cheap.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You can pick up these bargains. So, all of it is weird with footballers. They're in fashion, and then the next year they're out of fashion. But you can pick up a good player, and if they become the player that they were when they were in fashion, you can pick up some good players. That's why I just don't buy this kind of narrative that with Leeds. Oh yeah, we're kind of a value. There's loads of good little players out there to buy. It really is.
I mean, even if we brought someone in on loan till the end of the season, it'll be something.
Yeah, but we shouldn't really be getting to this point because we still haven't spent anything. We still haven't spent any money, have we?
No.
We again, all we've done is bought in what we've sold. We still haven't used our transfer budget, so it's odd, really odd.
Well, I'm catching up now. Can I just say that as markups for Germany under the current manager than any other player?
I've never heard of it. So I'm gonna while you're looking for the comments, I'm gonna quickly check his price on fantasy football. Let's see how much this guy is. This Kira. He's not on there yet. No, he's not on there. He hasn't been priced yet.
Plus a 6 in posh. True, laugh out loud. I bought a 6 for posh. It's a fantasy show. Hang on. Is this a fantasy show or are we chinwag? We could have a fantasy show, don't worry. Don't panic, Mr. Titch.
We're gonna take full use of your graphics by whacking on Stu's team on it all over it soon. It does look a lot better. I do like the graphics, Titch. So we do appreciate it, don't we, Stu?
We do, of course we do. Yeah. Russell is falling like a love with fantasy football.
No, never. I haven't had the start I wanted, but I'll explain when we get my team up. I'm still very confident in my team. It's just I'll go into a few things, which has frustrated me on certain things.
So I've learned the guys off subject, right? Well, that's what we're here for.
No, that's fine. Happy. We don't mind talking about our teams as well as mixing it with a bit of fantasy football, so it's fine.
Right, are we ready to share screen?
Yeah. Get your. I think what we should do first, Stu, between reading the comments, because we'll keep on top of the comments as well as we slowly go through it. What I was thinking is, if we put your team up, and you can show us your team, and then you can just tell us the transfers you made, the points you got, your kind of thinking. I think we'll probably start with you on that one first, mate.
Right. Well, all right. I'll share screen now so you can see me.
We'll let you work your magic.
It's that one. Share that screen. Make sure it's correct. Right screen we will. Right. Oh, hang on. Right. Got to take the banner away.
Oh, this is where we get rid of Titch's hard work.
Right. So here we go.
Let's have a look. Right. Let me let's get you full screen.
Right. So in net, I've still kept Alisson.
Now I'll tell you what to do. Let's go. before we go on to your team next week, just go on to points at the top, Stu. Let's have a look at your points, what you got for the week. So if you go on to your points, so if you just go across to that one, mate. And if you just click down. Now, if you want to kind of explain, 69, that's a fruity score. If you want to just explain what you did with your transfers and what your points got, we'll have a look at that. I think that'll be a good starting point, mate.
Right, so you want me to go through your team like this now?
Yeah, you tell people who you bought in, why you bought them in, and what's really surprised me with you, Stu, really caught my eye. I didn't want to say anything until this stream. Was why did you do 3 transfers? I want to know your thinking. Talk to me.
I wanted to transfer another player next week.
Right.
I'm not happy with my team. There's one player I'm not happy with.
Okay. But you made 3 transfers, didn't you, this week? Well, that's great. I didn't expect you to make 3 transfers.
Yep. Well, I had to because I wanted to bring Erling Haaland in. So I had to get rid of 3 players to get the value to make sure that I had enough money to get Erling Haaland.
Okay.
Thinking that he'd have a field day against Bournemouth, and he didn't even score.
No, he got 8. He got assists, didn't he?
Yeah, so I got 5 points for that, didn't I?
So, who did you take out and who did you bring in, mate? Let's have a look. Give us your story.
Right. Well, I took Bowen out.
Bowen, yeah.
Because
that worked out pretty well in the end because he had I know he frustrated the West Ham fans, didn't he, in that game?
Yep. I thought I did well there. Who else did I take out? Took Bowen out, and I took who else did I take out? How do I get?
What you can go on to your. Let me figure out. Let's find your transfers. So if I go down. Bear with me. Okay, so what you need to do is, the screen you're on now, if you go all the way down to the bottom onto the right-hand side,
yep.
There's a bit that says transfer history. If you just click transfer history, it will show you your transfers.
Right, that's right. So I took out Patson Daka, I took out Gerard Bowen, and I took out Luis Diaz, which might have been a mistake with Luis Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
But I brought in Erling Haaland, Norgard, and Martinelli.
Did you bring in Norgard just for your bench? Is that what you're thinking, just for Norgard?
Well, he brought I could afford it, so only a bit of money I have left. I had to pick somebody. So
okay. And you were happy to take a -4 on that, -8 points?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So who came in free? So you got rid of Daka. I think getting rid of Daka was a good one. So you got Haaland. Bowen, yeah, I think he's had a tough start. He might come good later. And then you've also got Martinelli. The thing with Luis Diaz and Martinelli is both of them did well, didn't they? So
so I lost, but again.
Yeah. So, that's how you view your history, mate. What I'll do is I'll let you quickly go through the comments, mate, because quite a few coming through, and then we'll go back onto the other screen again.
Right. So, he much prefers the real football show. I hope. Brother Kieran's in house. What's this all bollocks?
Oh, Kieran's here. Hello, Kieran. You're all right.
Can I just say that I'm doing shite currently at Fantasy Premier League? Can't believe the Spud is trashing me in my personal leagues. Who's the Spud?
Is that one of me or you? You'll have to tell us your team, so you're happy when we get to the end. You'll have to tell us how your. We'll see what you did in your week.
Right, Liam says Nunes cost them this week. Fuming. But
oh yeah, Nunes. Yeah,
Jesus pulled me good points.
Yeah. Have you got Jesus, Stu?
I have, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he did well. I was always going to keep Jesus. Yeah, definitely.
I took the captaincy off Jesus this week and gave it to Mitrovic. He got me a do.
I'm not one laughing at people's displeasure, but oh, that's hilarious.
Titch feeling very unwell right now, but I hope you and your family are feeling safe. Yes, my son's got COVID.
Oh God!
So he's at his girlfriend, so he can't come back here.
Hello, Alison. How you doing?
Hi, Alison. Hope you're doing well. I keep forgetting that it's Alison, and not Alison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because I didn't know she had her own thing. Hi, Happy Amaret. Seeing you interact on Lee's Twitter. Hope you're doing well and safe. Yeah. You said last week you were sick, and we're all good, thanks. I hope Lee's in the house. Love outs to Alison. Hello,
Lee. Hello, Lee.
Thanks, Titch. Evening, Lee Lorraine, man. Yep. Spud's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Liam, I'm ridiculous at the moment. But cheers for asking, Susfoot. You are poorly. He screwed Kieran over too. Happy. Who screwed Kieran over? You?
I don't know. That might be me.
Who's winning out of you two?
Well, all will be revealed, Titch, at the end.
No problem, Mama. I hope you are feeling better soon. Right, I've caught up with chat.
Okay, then. So that was what you did with your transfers. Where's your ranking overall? There's your rank. Was it 2? What rank are you on right now? It says
2,221 out of 9,196.
No, 9 million. You're 2 million out of 9 million.
Well, 2 million out of 9 million. That ain't bad, is it?
No, I mean at the start, I wouldn't take too much notice of that, mate. At the start,
as long as I mean first start, I'm all right.
Yeah, you had a good start. So, I'll ask this quickly to Liam. Stats says any planned live streams this weekend for you, Stu?
Yes, we've got a Central Time show Friday. I'm doing a pre-recorded show with Mally and Keith tomorrow for the Chelsea game, and then Sunday I'm doing the Leeds Chelsea watch along, and then on Monday I'm doing the Liverpool Man United Liverpool game. So there's a fair few things going on.
Yeah, key notifications on. That's what I'd say by the sounds of it.
God, it's so busy. And then we've got the thing coming up on West Ham Random at 8:33 p.m. That's the finale of the Peach and Frankel show. So that's going to be a good watch. I've put the I'm sure I've put it in the description in in the chat. So I've got that in there for everyone to click on so that they can go check that out. It's already been scheduled as well, so it's there. So if you go on it and just click on notify, keep notifications on, you won't miss it. But I know Titch has worked really hard on it. I know he has. That's ours is a bit behind at the moment. You know, like what we did on Titch's show, but it Monday. Because he's been doing this for this show on Saturday, he's a little bit behind, but I'm hoping he's going to have ours out tomorrow.
Good. There you go.
There's absolutely plenty going on between Hammers Fans United and the disabled team. There's absolutely loads going on. So
what we'll do, mate, is if you go on to let's have a look. Let's go into pick team. So we got your points. Well, I'll tell you what we should do. Shall we go on to my team?
Yeah, that'll be better.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we can look at the other. So let's go on to my team, and then I'll tell you what I got and what I did.
Do I go to leagues and cups?
Yeah, if you go on to leagues, mate.
Yep.
And then you go to the Leeds United Twitter League. I think it's the easiest one.
Yep.
And I am position 39.
Oh, you're one place below me.
Oh, there you go, Titch. You got the news early. There you go. We gave it away, but there you go. We're very close actually.
Yeah. And you've been doing it how many years?
14 years. Yeah.
Not gonna say.
So yeah,
Well, I'm not competitive, but I don't like that.
Good start. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't get your -8 points, mate, you'll be even further ahead of me.
So, yeah, but I know I made a good decision there.
No, if you're happy with it,
I'm really happy with it. Don't you worry about that.
Take my advice, Titch. You can't eat. You can't stress with fantasy. You got to keep calm and stick with your guns. And I'm pretty happy with what I've got. And I'll tell you why I feel like I've been a bit unlucky.
Well, what you do, Manchester United says rubbish, Russell.
I know. Yeah, I know. Think I'm second in the league with all my friends. TDT should create a league for the watchers. Yeah, well, we've only just started doing this, Liam. So this is something we're definitely going to do one next year, aren't we, Stu?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but because this is kind of because this is kind of like a new thing, and it seems to be a few people that are, I think, Happy will definitely join. Sounds like you would join, Liam. Who knows? We might be able to get Titch or Allison, or maybe even maybe someone like Kieran involved. Maybe, but you never know.
This multi-screen ain't working for fantasy.
We'll see. It's the thing with fantasy. It's a long game, not a short game. So
my clipboard's always to hand. Got its own little spot. There we go. My clipboard's got its own little spot. If you had corners, you would have had 100 points.
Hey, it's funny how they've got since I've gone ahead, haven't they? You notice that people get, when you start leading or get number one, people change. It's crazy how people kind of react. Crazy world.
You want Nelly involved to laugh out loud.
Who's Nelly? Is that the singer?
I think that's so happy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, once we get a league going, definitely.
Nah, me and Kieran only take part in quality football competitions. Liam Statham, right. What do you think about only having 3 players from the same team this year? I'm pretty sure you could have had more than 3 players from the same team in previous years.
No, it's only ever been 3 players. I mean, you could have signed Zinchenko before he transferred to Arsenal and had 4 Arsenal players. That's the only way you can do it. So if you know like a player is going to sign, let's pretend you had 3 Everton players right now. No, is that right? Gordon? No, ignore that. If you, at the start of the season, if you had 3 separate players apart from Zinchenko from Arsenal, you could have signed Zinchenko while he's a Man City player, and he would have gone to Arsenal, and you'd then have 4 Arsenal players. That's the only way you can do it. Yeah, the maximum you can have is 3. Saying that, you could sign Gordon. You could have 3 Chelsea players and sign Gordon from Everton, and he might become a Chelsea player. So you could then have 4 Chelsea players. I brought Grealish from Villa before he moved to City. Yeah, so if you had 3 Villa players, is that right? No. If you have 3 Man City players and signed Grealish, knowing he was going to Man City, you'd then have 4 Man City players. But whether you'd want 3 Villa players or Grealish, that's a whole different ballgame, because to be honest with you, not many people have 3 Villa players. And in fantasy football, Grealish isn't really that much of a good own, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, I'll serious question about fanny football. I think they're mocking us, Stu. What scores you tell most points and how much point is? What scores? You tell. What do you mean? What do you mean? What scores? You tell most points. What do you get most points for?
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait until he replies. Any players you wish you did not put in your team this year? What gets you the most points? Okay. So obviously goals do. So if a defender gets a goal, you get a lot of points from that. I mean, I had James in my team, and if a striker scores a goal, he gets 4 points. If a midfielder scores a goal, he gets 5. And if a defender scores a goal, it's 6. But obviously, if you get a clean sheet as well, your defender points can rack up quickly. So yeah, goals usually means more points. So defender, yeah, James scored for me. That was a good one. I had James. So
Have I got James?
I don't think you have.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I've got James.
That's our team. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that mine? No, that's short, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's mine. I was going to say that was my team. That one.
Yep, I had James.
Oh, did you have James? Oh yeah, you got the points for James then. Yeah, so that was a good one because he's an attacking. Yeah, defender scoring. Yeah, best thing is to have a back line of fullbacks. Yeah, that's it, Liam. Yeah, when we get back to our team, that's what I've got.
Any players you wish you did not put in your team this year? Well, the transfer I want to make is, I hate to say this, it's Christiansen.
Well, if you go back to my team, I'll show you my points quickly, and I'll show you what I got. One player I wish I did have, looking at my team now, is I probably should have got Martinelli. So, yeah, should have probably got Martinelli. So let's have a look at my team. So what I got is, I'm actually happy with my team still. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do once we look at the future for next week, what I'm thinking, because I've got 2 transfers. Unlike Stu, I rolled over my transfer. So I've got 2 transfers to use this week. Obviously, Stu wanted to spend his transfers, but I'm quite happy with what I've got. So Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, that was a frustrating game because Crystal Palace were dominated all game, but they got a sucker punch and got the goal and it wiped out the 2 clean sheets. So that frustrated me with that game. And Robertson was even in the attacking positions quite a few times. He was 1-on-1. And then obviously with Nunes getting sent off, Robertson had to come off. So there's a lot of people transferring Robertson out. But I don't think I'm going to transfer him. I think he's still too good to keep. So that was frustrating. James Cancelo did really well for me. Got me 11 points. Neto, frustrating so far. Salah didn't do much.
Jesus got the most.
You what, sorry?
Jesus did really well.
Yeah, well, Jesus beat Haaland. So I'm looking at my team. What's annoying me is Martinelli is getting all the points and Saka isn't. But I'm going to keep Saka because I know at some point that's going to change. And Aronson's a really frustrating player because he had a goal disallowed, which was like this close against Wolves. And then he would have got the assist if Rodrigo hadn't decided to head in that goal on the goal line because Stewart's header was going in and he took the corner, which Stewart headed it and it was going to go in and he would have got assist. So Aronson, again, is proving to me he's just unlucky. So I look at my team and the change I am going to make, which I'll explain at the end of the video, I'm actually happy with my team still. I just think I've been unlucky. I really do.
The thing what scares me to death with Aronson. No, I'm not on about Aronson. I'm on about Christiansen, Rasmus Christiansen. I've got in my team. I want him out, I think.
Well, what we'll do is we'll go in when we go into the next. What we'll do is we'll then look at our teams, how they look right now, and what we're going to do. I'll let you quickly go through the comments again because they're all cracking on in the comments. I don't know if there's anything anything you want to see what they're saying.
Points. Defender scoring, laugh out loud. Right, best in is to have a back line full of full-backs instead of centre-backs.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with Liam on that. I always go full-backs. I do sometimes have the off centre-back.
A point for each half of the game played, but unfortunately minus points.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she had Mitrovic.
How many points you got happy?
Yeah, tell us how many points you got happy. Don't keep it to yourself. More than
Russell, I presume.
Titch really can't let go of me winning the predictions game, can he?
Not good, Titchical. I got about 50 points this week. Never been so bad at it.
Well, happy. I hope you got rid of McGinn and took our advice, which I told you last week.
Hold up, let me check.
Oh, we'll have a look.
Overall, what's your score? Well, my score is overall.
Well, you're 1 point ahead of me. So my overall score is 127. So that'll make Stuart's 128. So we're like right next to each other.
Players also increase and decrease in value as well as based on performance. So we enjoy that part of the fantasy foot league as well.
Yeah, like I said to you last week, Stu, your player value will go up on how many people own him. So right now, Reece James is going to go up in value. So like I say, it's always best to keep an eye on. There's a website which I use, and I'll write it in the thing. It's probably worth looking at yourself, Stu, if you're getting into it.
I have been watching that the fantasy game scout.
It's good. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, I watched one today. It was a Chinese guy.
Oh, that's a really long one. That was 2 hours.
Yeah, I watched the whole lot.
Did you watch it? What did you make out of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you kind of
because they get stats from off of Twitter, and I forgot.
Yeah. Well, they've got their own website, so they're good to kind of use for a. They're very detailed, but I quite like listening to them for you. So.
Well, they're saying at least you've got a good chance of picking up points this week over the next few games because
a lot of people are signing Rodrigo right now because he's started. I personally, I don't think Rodrigo is going to carry on as well as he started, so he's not someone I'm looking at. He's got a good price, so he's got a good price, but I wouldn't sign him personally.
Not telling you, it's abysmal. Hurricane forget up my crit score in our game show for FFS. Kim will always F things up, laugh out loud. Yeah, Hurricane. I think Jesus is a must. For me, is a must. I knew he would play well under on a Brazilian partnership with Martinelli.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus at £10 is ridiculous. £10, 8 million is ridiculous price. Everyone's got Jesus. Martinelli's the one that's frustrating me because he's scoring these like chances which are hard chances. So it's frustrating because I'm looking at Saka and I'm like, Martinelli's worth 1.7 less. But I know Saka will come good. So a lot of people in fantasy football react. They go with trends. I'm quite disciplined. I go off my instinct with players, and I think they'll still come good. So I never.
My instincts were Martinelli from the start.
Yeah, well, that was a good pick. Yeah, I had him, but I was like, no, I'm going to go Saka instead. So
I think Sterling's going to have a good season and all, but I couldn't squeeze him in.
No, he earns a lot of money. Yeah.
Jesus will definitely have a good season. How many points has Russ got?
127. I'm on 127 right now.
112 points in total. I should have triple captain Jesus.
Wow, triple captain this early. Wow, I always hold on to that. Well, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't have Nunes.
No, I didn't either.
I did happy. I could not believe it, thinking about transferring him.
I was happy he got that red card because one of my close rivals had Nunes. So that was a good red card. I like that. I was let's say I was WhatsApping him straight away.
All Stu talks about now is bloody fantasy football.
Good. That's what I want. Good. I want him to get into it. I'm happy with that.
Liam still -2 with Darwin Nunes.
Yeah, that's what he had. Yeah. Some people had
we were -4.
Yeah, if you had him as captain, you got -4 points.
He will likely get 3-match ban.
Yeah, he'll be out of it. So you're gonna his transfer value is already dropped down because everyone's getting rid of him now because he got sent off and he isn't going to play for 3 games. Everyone's already started transferring him out, so his value's already dropped 1.1.
-2 sending off. How's that fair? I got -2 for a missed penalty for FSS. Oh, that's better. Definitely going to transfer them in. The missed penalty punishment doesn't make sense.
Well, I think it does because you shouldn't be rewarded because a missed penalty is you're expected to score, really, aren't you? So I think it's a good thing that you do get punished for that. And if the keeper saves it, they get more points for saving a penalty. I mean, Sarr, who plays for Wolves, got 15 points because he kept a clean sheet and saved a penalty and probably got some save bonus as well. So no, wow. I think it's good. I think if you don't score a penalty, you should get punished for it because, let's be honest, it's an easier chance, isn't it? In theory. So I'll tell you what we'll do, Stu. We've kind of gone over what we did with our transfers or non-transfers. Let's have a look at your team now. So if you go to pick team, obviously you don't do transfer. You tell us, looking at your team, what are you thinking? What are you going to do? You got 1 transfer to play with. Who's going to be your captain? Who's going to be your vice captain? Why are they going to be your captain? Tell me all those things. What are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking, Stu.
I didn't make a transfer. I forgot to save it.
Okay, then. So what are you thinking transfers then?
Right, I'm going to take out. I'm going to take out Norgard and put in Gross from Brighton.
Can you afford him?
I think so. Yeah, if I take out Norgard.
Well, let's have a look. See, let's pretend. We won't confirm it. Let's make that move and see if you can afford him. Let's see if you can do it.
Switching it.
No. If you go up to transfers.
No. Transfers. That's it.
Yeah.
Come on, where are you? Right, transfers.
Yeah. So if you, that's the one. Yeah.
So if I cross him out and then if I'll go to, I need to find it now, don't I?
Oh, he's 5.5. Yeah. So if you then go to midfielders, actually there he is. There, Grove. Oh, he's only. How much money have you got in the bank? How much do you have in the bank? If you go all the way down the bottom, it might tell you.
5.8. I've got 5.8 million.
That's how much you've got to spend, have you?
Yeah.
Let's have a look then. Oh, you're 5.8. Yeah. So if you press on. So what are you thinking? Why Grove? What are you thinking on Grove? Sorry.
I think he's in form and I think he's going to have a good season. I really do.
What do his fixtures look like, Stu? You know what I taught you last week about looking at the fixtures. You know, with the greens and the reds and all that sort of stuff. Let's look at his fixtures.
Player information.
Yeah, player information. I don't know if you click on his little eye button next to him. Yeah, if you go on player information.
And then fixtures.
Yeah, your fixtures. Look at the fixtures. Oh, if you just click up the top and go on his fixtures, you know, it says history. Yeah, that's the one, mate. Yeah, there you go.
West Ham, Fulham, Leicester, Brighton, Bournemouth, Palace, and then Liverpool.
Yeah, so that actually, he's got a lot of good green fixtures there. So yeah, I mean, he could be a good side. I don't know if he plays as a wing back for Brighton. So I mean, he's classed as a midfielder, but he might be playing as a wing back for them. So just be careful of that. He might be tracking up and down a bit more than attacking. mean, he had a good start, but I think he only got, what points did he get in his last game? So he got 15 points in the first game and only 3 in the one after. So is that the definite transfer you're going to do? Is it?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but the other player I wanted to take out were Christiansen.
Yeah, well, the problem you've got with that, I'm just going to check this Meslier comment, is obviously, do you want to make 2 transfers again? Because you'd be on -4 points.
No, so that's why we're going to do.
Yeah, Meslier only got 1 point. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
No guard is being removed from his squad.
Yeah, don't confirm any transfers. Yeah, you don't have to confirm anything. You can just click back on his name, mate, and it'll just come back in. If you go back to Norgard and just if you press X next to his name will come back on the.
Right.
Oh no! If you go onto your team, I think if you you got it. Oh yeah, sorry. When I'm looking on the iPad, there's a bit of a delay, so yeah, I'm a bit behind. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you haven't made the transfer. Okay, so you're. I'll let you quickly go for the comments again, and I'll hold that thought because I know there's a few comments coming through. So.
Yeah, I just don't know who to get in to replace him. Maybe Ivan Tony. I'm giving no advice until I get my own team straight.
You still haven't told us your points yet, Happy. We need to know your points.
Meslier let me down last week. And finally, isn't the Purple Starred players top picks?
Purple Starred? What's that? I don't know. What is Purple Starred? Never heard of that before. So why Happy comes back and tells us that, what are you? So you're thinking Grove for Norsgaard?
Yeah.
But you've only just signed Norsgaard, so there must have been a reason why you made that signing.
The reason why I signed Norsgaard is because I spent what I had left, and he will not come up. What I fancied at the time. So it's the reason why I signed him.
So
there's no sentimental reasoning why I signed him.
Okay. So are you going to make 1 or 2 transfers this week?
Well, 1, because I don't want to drop any more points because of my own stupid fault. So I'm going to transfer even. You see, now that I didn't save it, I might even change my mind and take out Christiansen. Okay,
then. So I'll quickly ask these questions to you because they're coming through in the comments. So instead of you clicking them up, Stu, I'll just say them to you. Happy says I've literally just dropped 4 points for an extra transfer. Who was that? You have to let us know. And Kieran asks, can you buy our new centre back? No, we can't. I checked earlier. We can't buy your new centre back yet. But I think he's going to come in at 4.5. I think he'll be cheap. Whether I'd sign him, personally, I don't think I will because, like Liam said earlier, it's best to probably have fullbacks. So let's pretend you were going to transfer out Christiansen. What are you thinking in your head to who you would bring in?
Anybody about him about his same price as him.
Okay, so we'll have a quick look at that then. Let's have a quick look. What are you thinking?
Right, so I go my transfers and it's a what would you say he is a defender, isn't he?
Yeah.
So what's he worth? He's worth 5 million.
Yeah. So if you go all the way up to the top, mate, how much do you have? How much do you have in the bank right now, Stu? How much you got in the bank?
0.3.
0.3. Okay, so let's go to all the way. Yeah, where it says all players.
Yeah.
If you just press defenders.
Yeah.
And then if you press, all players, defenders. Yeah. And then if you press max price.
Yep. 5.5. It's just 5.
Yeah, I would put 5.5. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.0.
Yeah. 5.5. I put not 5.0. I put 5.5 because you've got a little bit to spend of 5.3. So I'd put 5.5.
Right.
And then also change the bit just above it where it says rather than total points, just put total price, max price. So you got the prices in order then. Yeah, that's the one. They've just pressed price, just a bit higher up, all the way up. Oh no, if you go all the way up, mate, to the top.
Price, done it.
Yeah, you got There you go. Now they're all nice and in order. What I'll do is I'll quickly go through the comments, mate, before we go on to the next bit.
Yep.
I've literally just dropped 4 point. Can you buy? Yes. He's not here yet. FF. Got rid of Son for De Bruyne. That was a good move. But would you want to bring Son back now because Son's fixtures are pretty damn sexy? I think I might be next week, Kieran. Cheers, Liam. Can't stand having spuds in my team anyway, regardless of how well they'd. Yeah, you can't get caught in that trap. You can't think of it like that. It's about getting your fantasy points. Right. Let's have a look at these defenders. So you've got 5.3. So you've got to look at Zinchenko below. So what players, when you scroll down, Stu, from Zinchenko below, take your eye? Who do you think looks pretty damn good?
Well, Cucurella.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking straight away. How good is Cucurella? Look at that. £5 million player on set pieces playing Leeds next. I hate to say it. And let's have a look at his fixtures. Let's see what his fixtures look like for the next couple of games.
Fixtures.
Oh, player information. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Well, they've made a misprint Leeds. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that for him.
Okay, then. But he's got a lot of green.
Definitely Southampton. Yeah, there's Fulham, Southampton, and Leeds. Rest of them have threes. Leicester and West Ham.
The only thing you got to think, Stu, is with Cucurella, will Ben Chilwell come in and take his place once he's back up to? That's the big question. A lot of fantasy people are saying is Cucurella going to keep his spot?
If I've always said don't change your winning team. Now they were unlucky to only get a draw. They should have won that game against Tottenham.
Okay.
But let's have another look at some of these players. Right, I'm not a big fan of Aspilicueta. Dallas is out injured. Christensen, I've already got him. I don't want him again.
No.
Don't fancy anyone from. He should have been sent off as well. Romeo should have been sent off around.
I think he might be injured now. There's something coming out. He might be injured. So.
Yeah, it's a cop out to say that we're going to take.
It's interesting. You did flick past a player who I thought you might have stopped on, but that's interesting. Okay, I won't say anything.
No, not Trippier. Nathan Ake, because he's on he comes up for corners, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's a Man City player. Tottenham can't stand that. Oh, yeah, but they might get your points. Happy, they might get your points.
So do you know that he's saying that I already have a maximum number of defenders?
Yeah, but the only reason it's saying that is because you haven't clicked on taking a defender out. So it doesn't matter because we're not going to do it now. It's, we're just looking at the players who you can.
Yeah, I think Ake's got a good chance.
Okay, so you're like
I'm not bothered about I'm not bothered about him being a centre back, but I'm more bothered about him being able to go for corners.
Okay.
Goal swing points, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you get a clean sheet, mate. Man City keeping clean sheets. I'll quickly read the comments out here. Welcome back, Alison. Hi, Titch and everyone. Trippier is a good for points and a regular starter, yeah, and he takes set pieces. But there's not many West Ham players in people's teams this week. No, I mean, I personally haven't got any West Ham players so far. I think that'll change, though. Football goes through phases where fantasy football, you'll have some players where they're not in, but then the fixtures will get better and people will start getting them in. So, yeah. Who else takes your fancy then, Stu? Who else? Anyone else?
flat top money. Cody, he's been known to pop up with a goal or two from corner.
Okay.
Set pieces.
Okay.
But I don't think Everton are going to create many, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I think it's got to be Aki because we know Man City get corners in games, and we know we'll go up for them.
I mean, if you do go down to the next page, there is some bargain 4.5 million strikes just to kind of put in your head for the future, because I think you might go for Ake, or just to kind of let you know there is some little bargains at 4.5 to save you, just have a bit of money in the bank for future transfers, just to protect you. There is some good players in the bargain basement. Well worth keeping.
If Maguire didn't play for Man United for 4.9 million, you'd take him.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't play football at all, you know.
No, actually, no. So I think right. If you watch him play for England, don't put a foot wrong. I think it's wearing that shirt with captain's armband, playing in that god awful stadium. What puts pressure on him? That's what I think, anyway.
It's great entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what made that 2-2 bittersweet, really. You know, Leeds result. I was gutted when I saw that, but then when Brentford knocked them for 4.
I tell you who I have been quite jealous of with you, and I never sign him. Is Tony. He's got you. He's done pretty well for you, but I never sign him for some reason. I just don't. For some reason he puts me off. I don't think Tony is as good as everyone makes out, and I just never sign him. He's just not a player I ever go for. But
so you're telling me if Leeds United that chance of signing Ivan Toney, you won't want him?
No, I'm not fussed by it. He's not a player I look at for Leeds and go, "Oh, I'd love Ivan Toney." He's someone he doesn't interest me.
Well, you're mad because I think he'd do really well at Leeds. I think he's powerful, strong, knows where back at net is, team player. All you need in a player.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like. I personally wouldn't. I don't rate him as much as everyone else. He's never in my team for fantasy football. Never.
Yeah, I'm happy to have him.
No, he's done well for you.
How many points has Norgard got me anyway, by the way? It's something I didn't check.
I don't think he would have got you anyway, because I think he's on the bench. De Silva is the best Brentford player right now, because he's only 4.6 and he's scoring goals. He's getting points.
Was he a striker?
No, midfielder.
So I can't buy him anyway. I need a defender, don't
I? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was miles away. Feeling dizzy watching. I'll spin it. There you go. I'll spin it all the way around for you.
It's like a big blue kid, isn't it?
Whee!
Happy Emirates, is there any questions you want to ask Russell about fantasy football?
Well, I think Happy should, and anyone else, because Liam seems to be quite into it. I think Happy should, 1, tell us how many points she got. 2, tell us about what transfers she's making this week. And if anyone else has got any questions about what they think about their team or what they're thinking for transfers, we can probably use this little bit as that. And then we'll go on to my team and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing for mine.
That would be brilliant.
He has 20 screens to look at to keep moving. Please, Kieran, I've got 21 screens.
Sound effects and everything.
Yeah. Whee! Come on, Happy. You can tell us. We're laying all our points and teams on the screen bare for you to all laugh at and mock.
I've got a question for you, Russell.
Go on, then.
There you go. It's on screen for you.
Can I start again? No, you can't. You can't. What about Liam? I think Liam seems to be quite. Or Lee. So we've got any other fantasy football players in the chat?
Not telling competitors what I've done this week. Thanks, laugh out loud. Hey.
See, I don't see Stu as a competitor because it's more of a fun thing. I wouldn't be telling my other people in the real world what I'm doing because I don't like that. I don't like to give them an edge or let them know.
You really are a competitive little git, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I've got money on it. I win a lot of money at the end of each year. So, yeah, I'm very tactical when it comes to fantasy football. If I play a lot of mind games with people, if I can take people off and get them to go down a different route, or if they're telling me things, because I had this West Ham guy fan who I'm always battling with. He was sending me voice notes, and through the voice notes, I was able to figure out who he was picking. And he caught onto it eventually. He doesn't send me him now because he knows I'm very good at picking up what people are thinking. I've got a bit of a gift for doing that. So he stopped doing it because I was weeding information out of him, which I wanted to then use against him in the sense of fantasy football. But that's what you got to do to win. You know, I love it. That's why I like all that side of it. So we'll get you into it, Alison. We'll get you into the fantasy football. So, well, we'll have a quick look at my team, man. I'll tell you what I'm thinking for my transfers then, because I've got a bit of a conundrum. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Well, if any questions come through between that, we can stop and pause. So this is what I'm thinking. You what, sorry?
I've got your team on screen for you.
Cheers, Stu. So this is what I'm thinking, guys, and Stu. I'm thinking I want to keep everyone and I only want to make one transfer this week. And the one transfer I want to make is I'm thinking of bringing out Neto because he plays Spurs next game away, which is tough. And he hasn't done much already. Plus, I think his price is going to drop. So I am thinking of bringing in, this is really weird, Andre Gray or Gavin Gordon from Everton. Now, I know you're going to say, they're crap. But look at Everton. Look at Everton's next fixture. That's what I'm going to say. Have a quick look at Everton's next. And I'm only going to bring him in for 1 week. And I might transfer back to Neto because he's still got good fixtures. And that means I'll still have 2 transfers to play with. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to keep my transfers, but I'm happy with my team. So who has Neto got? Who was Andre Gray? Andre Gray. What's his name? The Everton player. I can't remember his name. Is it Gray? Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Forest at home. So I think for exactly the same price, I can sign Andre Gray. And I think Everton can beat Forest, and I think they could be. They haven't got Calvert-Lewin playing. It's a bit of a weird one, but I don't mind taking a risk, and I think he could do something against them. And what I would do is, I would get him for 5.5 million, but then I'd sign Neto, who should go down to 5.4 million, and next week I can then sell Gray back to Neto, but have £1 million, a 0.1 million pounds extra. So I'd have increased a bit more value in my team. That's what I'm thinking. I want to keep Harrison. I know it's Chelsea, but I think Harrison's been really unlucky with not getting assists or goals. And I still think we could get something against Chelsea. I'm happy with. I know Robertson and Alexander-Arnold haven't kept clean sheets, but let's be honest, Liverpool will come good soon. And I'm happy with the rest of my team. I don't feel like I need to. I think Saka will come good. I know Martinelli's getting all the points, but it's only a matter of time before Saka starts doing something. So I'm thinking of one transfer, mate, and that will be my transfer. So I'm probably going to do 5.5 million, but keep 2 transfers for the week after.
Well, one of your players on bench has got a yellow box.
Yeah, if you click on that yellow thing, mate, it tells you what it is. Yeah,
75% chance of playing.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Yeah, I think he'll still play. It's only I think it's like a slight knock. If you got like a big red, that's when you've got a problem. And I think I'm going to keep my bench as it is because when we said last week where you have your first player on your bench should be the player you think will start. Yeah. So I think Andreas will start. I think Nico Williams will start, but I still want Nico Williams. I think West Ham Forest got very lucky, and I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet at Everton. So.
No, I think West Ham, right? No matter, I know I've said in past that I think there's problems on training ground, but they didn't deserve to lose that game against Forest.
No, I can't believe West Ham didn't score. So I definitely wouldn't be keeping Williams as a defender. Let's have a quick look at these. I do not do fantasy football. We'll get you into it, Alison. Okay, this week got Xhaka for Fulham's, and a lot of people are going for Xhaka. From he's I always saw him as a defensive midfielder, and KDB for Son. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, Happy. I wouldn't be getting rid of Son this week because Son's got a better fixture than KDB. KDB has got to go to Newcastle. That's a far harder game than Wolves at home. I would keep Son. Why haven't Forest got a sponsor on the shirt? What do you think, Stu? Why don't Forest have a sponsor on the shirt?
I can tell you this. I can tell you the exact reason why. Right, Nottingham Forest are gambling that they're going to get a multi-million pound sponsor deal eventually, and the chairman's holding out for the most money. They've been offered sponsorship deals for on the shirts, but they haven't been given. They think they're going to get a lot more than what they've been offered, so they're waiting patiently.
It's funny because I'm just shocked Forest haven't signed anyone for the last 2 days. It must be weird for them. What else have we got? They have not agreed a deal with anyone yet. FF. This is Newcastle we are talking about. Yeah, Newcastle. Don't underestimate Newcastle. They're a good, solid team now. I know Man City will win that game, but I would rather have Son against Wolves than KDB against Newcastle. Personally, I think Son could get more points this weekend. I'm just looking at the other 5.5 midfielders, Stu, and I'll give you a few other players I'm looking at. You can tell me in the comments what you think, Stu. I keep looking at Eze from Crystal Palace.
Yep, not bad.
For 5.5 million.
Can't afford him.
You what, sorry?
I can't afford him.
Yeah, well, for me, I could go straight to him. Saying that, what's his fixture? He's got Aston Villa at home. I think they could probably score against Aston Villa. Who else have we got? 5.5.
And I think he'll at least get an assist, at least.
Yeah, he's a good player. Fornells. Who West Ham got? West Ham have got Brighton. How many minutes does Fornells play? It's just his minutes. That's what I'm worried about with people like Fornells. He only played 68 minutes in the last game. He does get substituted a lot. What else have we got?
For the past 2 weeks, and have they got anything from him?
Who's that?
Happy Amaret with Song. She's had him for the past 2 weeks, and have they got anything from him?
Yeah, I know, but I haven't got anything really from Saka, or Robertson from Liverpool. But these are top players. Top players. You know they're going to come. And I tell you what always happens. They always come good once you transfer them out. You get rid of them, they do really well. It happens all the time. All the time. I'll tell you another player who I might be looking at in the future. I'm going to put him on my watch list now. Is Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's only 5.4 million, but if he gets transferred to a team where he plays regular, he could be a good player. He could be one for the future. I'm going to keep an eye on him. What else have we got? It's refreshing to see a team without what? Sorry, West Ham player. Don't put anyone in for us against West Ham. We've never beaten them in the Premier in all our history. Yeah, our mate says that Brighton or West Ham's bogey team. He says they're never able to get one over Brighton.
It's Graham Potter in it. He's a good manager, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, though. Stu. What if West Ham lose again? 3 defeats. You guys can have 3 defeats in a row. I'm not just doing it to kind of, poke fun of you, but I think Brighton are more than capable of beating West Ham.
Oof.
They could beat West Ham. Brighton could.
I tell you what, I do think it's a bit mad. There's a small few, but you know what it's like with some, don't you? The small few are the ones who would normally heard, but they're calling for Moyes out.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far. No,
you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. I thought, God, I forgot what playing in Europe for 2 seasons up bounce.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happens is do you remember where West Ham were before Moyes came in? They were
almost relegated.
Yeah, I was going to say they were going to get relegated.
You saved them. Got them European football and then conference football. FFA, but I think of the money they are losing 2 games already. Who's going to want to sponsor them for further into the season it goes?
Oh, is this Forest we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's odd to see, isn't it? Very odd to see.
And then she says, "Yeah, I've got a good feeling about the Brighton game. I think we could mend the curse."
Okay. We'll could you pin that comment, Stu? when we come on next week after the loss, pin that comment to the top.
It's on my stand. People are calling for Moyes out are ridiculous. Yeah. But I can understand the frustration with, I mean, fair enough to brought a player in today, but it did divids and dallies a lot, does Dave, doesn't it? Different Dave. It did, it transfer market, it divids and dallies a lot.
I mean, to be honest with you, Stu, you could say the same as Lito, and I'm getting frustrated with Radriani, but if you think about it, look where we were before Radriani took over. I mean, I think what happens is you get used to once success starts coming, you get used to it. And if it doesn't start happening, you forget what you had, if you see what I'm saying.
Well, Man United fans still think that they're a big club, but they're still living in for Alex Ferguson era.
Yeah. So I think we all do it. But even before, I think it's because you just want to be successful and you want more, don't you? Football fans always want more. We always want more. We're all like that. It's never enough. So for fantasy football, mate, I think that's where we're up to. We showed how many points we've got. We showed the transfers we're going to do. We've told you guys what we're both thinking for the future, and it's going to be interesting. Stuart's thinking he wants to do a defender, but not take a -4. And I'm thinking I want to just do 1 transfer, but roll over and have 2 transfers for next week. And it might be an Everton player because I think Everton could get a result. So that's where we are, guys, with fantasy football. And that's what it'll be like most weeks, I think. Don't you think, Stu, where we can just show people on the screen? Yeah. I think this is a bit more fun in it like this. So
I may have to avoid this next week.
West Ham will come good. I've noticed Titch has gone quiet. I don't know if he's left the comments, but
I'll be watching up or something.
Oh,
he's always in that sync. Every time I run him, he's in sync. My only gripe with Moyes is that he's super slow at transfers. Doesn't use new signings for ages, and also doesn't make a sub until mega late. Other than that, I love him. No wrong with that. I mean, I did see it though. He was getting it. A player was warming up on 57th minute. He didn't actually get onto pitch till 67th minute.
Mm.
That's mad. Oh, glad I didn't get Haaland last week to bring Frank a laugh out loud. I got him, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Haaland will come good. The only thing you got to keep on, I know this is, like I say, I'm not really against you, Stu, so I like giving you advice because you're new to it. If you were a rival, mate, I wouldn't be telling you any half the stuff I do. But the thing you got to watch out of Haaland is remember the Champions League starts soon, and Haaland could get rotated from about game week 5 onwards. So what a lot of people are going to be doing, myself included, is I'll be using my wild card between game weeks 8 and 9 because you can use a wild card because of the World Cup. You can use a nice early wild card, and then you'll get all your free transfers during the World Cup and do a wild card after. So at some point, mate, I'll help you because you want to do a wild card to help with the fixture. There's a fixture swing around game 8 where all of a sudden certain players you're not looking at right now will look very appealing, like Leicester players and Crystal Palace players, because all of a sudden their fixtures I get all nice juicy green colours next to him, which means they've got a good chance of getting points in those games. So yeah, that's what we got to start thinking. But Haaland, if I was going to move Haaland, it would be to Harry Kane, maybe between 5 and 6. He might be someone I might move out to get Harry Kane in.
Yeah.
Because Harry Kane's values drop down as well, so you'll end up with a bit more money as well. So
he always starts slow, does Harry Kane, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's on penalties as well. So let's be honest, he's not a rubbish player. He's a good player. And he will play most games and get 90 minutes each game. So
Titch has a huge thumbprint. I'm here, but was doing something, so just listening.
He's probably got his shirt off again in his room. He's already doing his prediction games. He's already getting his scores. He's already like, how can I get ahead of this guy?
84 minutes sub for Corney last week. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I mean, we can end it now with a bit of football talk, can't we? Because we've gone through our things fantasy football wise. I think that's pretty good actually. So it's up to you now. If you want to, there you go. If you want to do your normal screen, so we can just talk a little bit of football before we all finish and look at these beautiful graphics that Titch and Stu have done. Did you do any of the graphics as well, Stu? Was it just?
I did my room. I've done the where it says fantasy. I've done inside that box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, looks good, that mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Thought we put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, looks nice. Yeah, appreciate that.
Oh, hang on a minute. Brother Titch, question for you. When is the prediction show aired, guys? What's that shirt behind you, Russ?
That's the 72 FA Cup winning team for Leeds. That's signed by 10 of the players. The only one that is not signed is Billy Bremner because obviously he died. He died quite. He died in the 90s, didn't he? So yeah, it's got all the big names on there. You got Jack Charlton, Eddie Gray. Who else is on it? Peter Lorimer. So yeah, I always keep. That's kind of like my that's my little pride, that one. So yeah, the FA Cup win or only one. I would never get out and wear it. Let's just say that it's just for the.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, Stu, are you enjoying the fantasy football then?
I am getting into it. It's like I says, the longer it goes on, the more I'll get into it because I don't give up on something. Never do.
No. Well, it sounds to me that Titch is getting a bit jealous because he seems that, from what I can make out, is you're getting into this more than the prediction show from what he said earlier. If he did comment saying all you go on about is fanny football. And that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want that to happen, Titch. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Smart.
hoping to be ready for tomorrow, Happy, but it's. I'm hoping it will be ready for tomorrow, but at the latest it will be Friday. Getting involved with the predictions. Yeah, get involved, Happy Amaret. I've got a life-size cutout of Lanzini.
Oh, really? Well, the mind boggles with that, doesn't it? We mean,
Yeah.
we won't go on to any further into that. What happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors.
I want to teach, but work double shifts Friday, so won't be around. It's a free recording anyway. Happy Amaret. He's obsessed with it, Russell. He's always talking to me about it.
That's brilliant. That's what I like to hear.
It's not live, Happy. Pre-recorded. It is Titch, and then she says it isn't.
Happy. The only thing you need to know is I'm winning when it comes to predictions. That's all you need to know. And me and Stu are leading the way. Not LEADING, LEEDING, leading the way. Yeah, I'll write it in the comments.
I got you. Just talking to lead. He's gonna sort out his fantasy football. Good. I'll get it sorted out with him, Liam. Is Kieran decent on corners again? I don't think he's got any corners yet, has he?
So, one thing with Liam Starr, it sounds to me like you might be into fantasy football. Do you want to write in the comments what your team is, or what you're thinking for future transfers? Because you seem quite knowledgeable from the few things I remember you saying. I'll be quite intrigued to have a look at your team. Who you got? Would it be something you would divulge with the group? Would you let us know what your team looks like? I'll be intrigued.
The way I love that, but I'm not competitive or like that. Do you know what I mean?
You what? Sorry.
Just saying.
All I can say is it's well worth watching the prediction show just to watch the West Ham contingent when one of the Leeds ones goes ahead. It's interesting just to see. There's like a switch on people. I've noticed. It's very interesting. I'll write it in there. Okay, then, Liam. I'm intrigued to have a look at Liam's team. I'm very, very, very intrigued.
Brother Titch. That's Clippy's son. You knew that, didn't you, Russell?
What's that?
Liam Statham's my son.
Oh no, I didn't. I thought.
Liam Statham and my son as well.
Oh right, okay then. No, I didn't know.
Arthur's son.
I'm quite intrigued now to see what his team is. It's going to be very interesting. I think Happy's only just finding that out as well. But right now, Stu's ahead of me in the fantasy football, so he's doing well. You're doing well, actually, Stu. The only thing I think you made a bit of a mistake on was your bench boost. It's a shame that you didn't realise that, because I think you might regret that later when I use mine. But that was a rookie mistake.
Don't you worry about me. I'll be good. I'll get some points.
The funny thing with you, Stu, is I remember you last week where you was like, I thought you was only going to do like one transfer and you did 3. So it's funny, even though I think I know what you might do, you could do something completely different, which I weren't expecting. So I'm going to be intrigued again looking at your team once I can see the teams again. So he's doing well. Well, it looks like they all want you to beat me, Stu.
Stu, your dark horse. Well, but I'm backing Stu to beat you again, Russell.
Well, not many people want me to win. Definitely not when it comes to this, because it's something I'm obviously quite into. It's always funny if someone new.
You've got 13 years experience. I think I've had 13 days.
Exactly, yeah. But what people really want to see is you beat me, because I'm really into it and I'm quite serious about it. But they'd love for someone who's not that serious just beat. You know what I'm saying? People love that sort of stuff. Yeah, Russell the villain. Shall I laugh like a villain? You know, like you do in a horror film. I'll get my little white cat here and I'll stroke him like a Bond villain. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Liam's team. The Hustle. Stu's very serious. Well, you're saying he's very serious about it. So let's look at Liam's team. So Mesley in goal. I think Mesley in goal is a good pick, because I think he'll get you a lot of save points. So Mesley, I don't think that's a bad pick. Diaz, okay, that's secure. Cucurella, so you've obviously gone for thinking he's going to start for Chelsea. Cancelo, yeah. James. So that's really interesting. You've got no Liverpool players. So that's really interesting. So have you not been tempted by Alexander-Arnold or Robertson? KDB, also he's put a lot of money into midfield looking at this. KDB and Son, well, that's an unusual pairing. McGinn. So you're the same as Happy. What is it with McGinn? I can't see the thing of McGinn. Let's look how many points McGinn's got already. It's very interesting how people... Let's have a look at this. Why have you picked McGinn? That's what Happy had as well. I don't see the attraction of McGinn. He's only got 4 points. Odegaard, yeah, I think Odegaard's quite an underrated player. He's a good price as well, 6.5. And Odegaard can pick up points. I can kind of see that, but Martinelli for 6.3, probably a little bit more attacking than Odegaard, but not a bad pick. And then you've got Jesus and Ivan Toney, no Haaland or Kane. And your bench is Areola Lamptey, 4.5. Holberg, how much is he? I don't think I'll have Holberg on the bench. I think I'll get rid of it. I know he scored, but he never usually scores. So you got Holberg, 5.5. Personally, what I would do, Liam, if I was you, I would get rid of Holberg and bring in a 4.5 midfielder. If you've got 2 transfers, I would get rid of McGinn and I would probably sign Martinelli. So you could have Odegaard, Martinelli, KDB, Son, and you could have a 4.5 on the bench. I'd even, at some point, I'll downgrade Lamptey, who's injury prone, to Williams from Lamptey to Williams, and save yourself another 5 million. I think you can get a bit more money out of that. So
Russell the Hustle.
You what, sorry?
Russell the Hustle, that's what she's calling you.
Russell the Hustle? Nah, not me. I never hustle.
She was very serious about it. I couldn't beat an egg. Kieran, I couldn't even find an egg. Never mind beat one. Oh, Kieran, if morning could beat an egg, you would be an omelette. That's what she calls Kieran, FF.
Yeah, that's not unusual. That's quite. I don't get this McGinn thing. It's interesting. A few people. You guys must be the only people I've ever seen have McGinn in the team. He does get the odd goal, and I can't believe you've got no Haaland or Kane. Where's all his money? He's got quite a bit of money on the bench. You could squeeze another 1.5 million out of that bench.
Yeah.
Who's that team? Yeah, Russell's.
That's Russell's team.
Where's that? Oh, is that on the screen, is it?
Yeah, at least looking at your team.
Oh, he's going to critique me now. I'm going to get it back.
Yeah, I'm beating Russell, but not like not that I'm competitive for all league.
What's your bench, Happy? What's your bench?
Kieran doesn't mourn. He criticises.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Happy's laughing her head up. Moy's out. I tell you, he's a Moy's out. Who everyone knows in chat. I'm ahead. He's a Moy's out.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm a bit. What's this comment then? Liam Star. I'm a bit behind. I'm not a big fan of the Liverpool events. Very shaky to an extent. Yeah, but the thing with Liverpool, the thing with the Phillips with Alexander Arnold and Liverpool, they're so attacking, and they take corners. You get a lot of points from free kicks, corners. Very attacking players. John McGinn mainly based him off last season. Phil Jones. Oh yeah, he'll get his minutes. So let's have a look at him from last season. Because I've never really heard. I mean, I watch a lot of fans, but I never hear much about McGinn. I've only ever seen it in this stream. So last season, I mean, he only got 110 points last season. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your team, but I think you could definitely release funds off the bench and upgrade your midfield.
Happy's
like
bench. Happy's bench for you, McGinn, Kilman, Bowen.
He plays for Wolves. Bowen. Oh my God.
And Casemiro.
You got 8.5 million on the bench. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe you got that much money on the bench. You never have that much money on the bench. Never. 8.5 million pounds on the bench. Oh, you could buy Saka with that. You could buy. Let's have a look. 8 million midfielders. Let's have a look. You could get. Let's have a look at the value.
Bowen's been out of form. Yeah, I saw your comment you put on Stell's show tonight. Well, that was funny.
Bowen will come good soon. For 8.5 million, you could sign Saka, Mason Mount, Maddison, Luis Diaz, Foden. You could have. Who else could you have? I think they're the best ones there. Zaha, possibly. Gundogan from Man City. Don't know. There's a lot of good options out there.
What puts me off Zaha is he's always whinging and moaning and complaining.
Who's that?
Zaha.
He is, but he is a good player. Once he stops doing that, I think he's easy to wind up. But he's a cracking player. I'd have him at Leeds. As a player, he's fantastic. As a moaner, he's fucking annoying, but he's a great player. When he wants to turn it on, he's fantastic. Oh yeah, definitely the fun side. I need to improve. I had Nunes up front, but transferred him out for Tony and brought in James for Romero. Oh, they're good transfers because Tony's got good fixtures, and James for Romero is going to be injured, I think. But you could definitely manoeuvre some money out your defence. So if you look at my bench is I've got a £4 million keeper, £4.5 million midfielder, £4 million defender, and a £4.5 million attacker. All my money is in my first 11. That's how I like it. I like all my money to get the maximum I can out of it. So I want Bowen for Villa next week. Who West Ham got next game? I mean, Bowen could score. Saying that, but yeah, but
West Ham have got Brighton.
Yeah, so I don't know. I personally, I think you could probably play Bowen against Brighton. I could see him picking up points against Brighton at home. Hoping to join just a podcast with you all in the next couple of weeks. I'll talk about anything football, to be honest. Oh, you doing a podcast, Stu?
No idea.
I thought then says,
I don't even know how to do a podcast.
He says, hoping to join a podcast with you all. So I presume you meant you.
I think he means a YouTube stream.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to do podcasts. I ain't got a clue.
We are playing Brighton, no chance. I don't know. I think Bone. I mean, I've put you down as a 1-0, but I could definitely see Bone getting a goal. Oh, Alison's still here. You're right, Alison.
We are playing Brighton, no chance. There are 2 cockatoos sitting on my bench at the moment. Oh, on his bench outside his house.
That's has he got the it's like, you know, when he's you ever seen that film The Song About Mary at the end when he's got like the little gun? He's just I can imagine Kieran, he's aiming them up right now. Oh, I'll have those for tea later. Like proper Crocodile Dundee moment.
Well, the live stream, whatever you call them.
Oh, okay. Then. Yeah, you can do podcasts as well, can't you?
No idea. I know you can do them, but I don't know how to do them. Happier draw, I reckon. Alison, what is it? She loves the draws, does Alison? She loves them. Alison, that would be amazing. Just need Man U to lose, and it will still be rock bottom.
Actually, that's so I didn't tell you what I was going to do for my captain. Who are you going to pick your captain, Stu? Who are you thinking for captain this week? Jesus.
Yep.
V Bournemouth.
Yep.
Well, and who's going to be your vice captain?
Well, at the moment it's Salah, but I was thinking of. I might go. I'm still on your team. Sorry, I want to go to my team. Here we go. I might go for Salah as vice captain.
See, I'm going to go Captain Salah, Vice Captain Haaland, because I think Salah, with Nunes being suspended, I think Salah's going to get a lot more push forward into the central role. Even though he won't be more central, I think he'll be more involved. And I think against Man United, the way they are, I'm happy to keep all 3 of my Liverpool players to tear into them. There is a very good chance Man United could be still bottom of the league come Monday night, which would be brilliant.
They are in a bit of trouble on Man United, aren't they? They're trying to buy their way out of it, though, aren't they?
Yeah, it's great.
They've got all sorts of bloody players lined up, but none of them are Ten Hag style players.
It's funny. It's very funny.
He's going to have to change his form. I've always said that a manager should never change his philosophy. But it looks like Ten Hag's going to have to change his philosophy playing being manager at Man United, which is mad. It'd be good to hear your views, Liam. They're as daft as mine, not happy. They're as daft as mine.
Runs in the family.
Your specialist, me. You are, Alison. You are. Jesus is my captain, has to be.
Well, okay, that's interesting. A lot of people are picking Jesus. It is a good captain choice because Bournemouth. I think he could score Bournemouth definitely.
He's going to be on fire, especially against a team who have just come up. Well, that's what I thought about Erling Haaland against Bournemouth last week, but it didn't pan out like that. Happy, would love to see them lose. Not a fan of the Manx. No, neither am I, Alison. Neither am I. Slightly off subject, but our captain and vice captain are both banned for tomorrow's game. You know, West Ham's.
What in real life?
Yeah. Rice picked up is it a 2-match ban after Frankfurt.
Who are they playing tomorrow? Who are they losing to tomorrow?
Well, no, it's a Danish team, Ventford or something. It's right weird. Don't know. I've never heard of them, but I know they're Danish.
Well, I didn't realise until Titch said that they're they. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I didn't realise they had more European football. I mean, it's going to be quite a stretch for West Ham, isn't it, with their depth problems and injuries right now.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Happy Hammerite can tell me, but I don't know how bad Dawson's injury is. I've heard it's a bit more serious than what the first feed apparently. I don't know if that's true or not. Viborg, yeah.
Sounds like something from Star Wars.
That's what I knew. It began with a V. Ditto Allison. Rice has both legs banned. Chrissy and Moyes have a 1 game ban.
Oh, looks like we've got someone who's got a question about fantasy football. Tony or Havertz? That's interesting. Okay. So you're thinking, David, are you thinking of transferring in Tony or Havertz, and who you replace them for? What are you thinking? I'm intrigued by that question. Let's have a look. Let's see who. So Tony fixtures. Let's have a look.
I'd have Tony over Havertz. I think Havertz, he gets himself into good positions, but just can't finish.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Havertz has got Leeds next game, and let's be honest, Chelsea are more than capable of turning over Leeds. To be honest with you, he missed a big chance at the weekend. I just want a bit more information on, because he's just put Tony or Havertz, but I'm thinking, what is he thinking in the sense of who's he taking out, or that I'm just trying to figure out what the whole picture is and how long he wants to keep him for. Because to be honest with you, you're a bit more clued up with Tony because you've got him, Stu. But I don't know. Looking at Brentford's fixtures, they're pretty good.
Dawes hasn't played at all yet. Rumoured could need surgery. Yeah, they've said. I thought I heard it right. So Dawson might need surgery. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all.
You never know with Havertz. Havertz is an odd one. I used to own Havertz a bit last season because he was counted as a midfielder in fantasy football. And I had him to start with, and he just, oh God, he was awful. But he can all of a sudden turn on. He can, as a midfielder, he got you a lot of points.
He did well against Spurs, but he just couldn't score. He missed
he should have scored. Should have scored one. Definitely should have.
The right sitter.
I actually think he's been a bit of a flop for Chelsea. I don't think he's actually been that good a signing for, considering how much they paid for him. He's not done what he should have done. But I'm just intrigued to see who he's thinking, if he's still here or not. But if you are still here, let's look at these fixtures. Fulham away. If you're thinking purely for the next game, oh, that's a good one. I don't know. Fulham have started pretty well. I could probably see Havertz scoring against Leeds.
Can you?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he got an assist or a goal. That's a good question. Havertz or Tony?
There you go. That's a question for you as well while you're waiting.
That is a good question, Kev. To be honest with you, it's usually better to have a keeper who has more to do because you get save points. So if they make, every time they make 3 saves, they get a point. So if you get a player like, let's try Meslier, if he concedes, yeah, it's bad, but you can also get a lot of points from making a lot of saves. So it's not always best to have someone like Edison. It's not a bad thing to have an average kind of keeper, because if they get a clean sheet, they make a lot of saves, they usually also get the bonus points. So I traditionally have always gone for a £4.5 million keeper, which is like a Sanchez from Brighton. The only reason I've got Ashley Ward and Everson from Leicester is because it's a £4 million playing keeper. So, but yeah, I would probably say it's better to have probably not as good a keeper, because usually someone like Edison, he won't have to make a lot of saves, so you got more chance maybe getting a clean sheet, but if they concede, he won't get you much more than 2 points usually.
So do you think we're going to lose this game against Chelsea, then, Russell?
Do I think we're going to lose?
Mm.
Yeah, I think we'll lose to Chelsea.
I don't know.
So
and that hurts. You know, and it's never good saying that your team's going to lose, is it?
Yeah. I don't know if David's still here. I'm going to say, David, do you know what? I don't even know if he's still here, but if he is, Havertz or Tony, that's actually a really hard one. I'll probably go Havertz. I hate to say it. For 1 week, Havertz. I think Havertz probably gets more points than Tony. I just think he might. I think Chelsea could. If Chelsea decide to turn up against Leeds, I think they could easily. I mean, look how they were against Spurs. If Chelsea play to their full capacity, they'll batter Leeds. It's as simple as that.
Think I will put Tony back on the bench and put Bowen back?
No, play them both. If I knew what your team was, I could construct your team right now. If I knew exactly what your team was, I could say, right, get rid this, that, and keep them, that. I think Bowen's a good shot for Brighton at home. And I think Tony's worth keeping in your team for Fulham away. I just think that Havertz, Chelsea against Leeds, Havertz is a better pick. After that, probably no. Because Brentford's fixtures are nice.
I fear we will get beat 3 or 4 against Chelsea.
Saying that Havertz has got Leicester next, and Southampton. Saying that Chelsea's next 3 fixtures aren't too bad. Maybe I should be sniffing around for you Chelsea players looking at their fixtures.
How can I send you my team?
Well, you can write it in the comments. If you want to write it in the comments, or you can send it to Stu if you got his number. If you can send a picture, take a screenshot of your fantasy team, and then send it to Stu. Does she have your phone number, Stu?
Of course.
Oh yeah, you can send it to Stu then. What about long term? Oh, David still is here. I don't know. He's got me thinking about this Havertz and Tony thing because their fixtures are. Let's look at Brentford's long fixtures. So Brentford have got. Let's go on to Tony. Fulham, Everton, Palace, Leeds. That's not bad. So okay then, let's remember that. Fulham, Everton. I see Tony probably picking up. Well, you know what? Maybe I should have a look at Tony myself. Chelsea have got Leeds, Leicester. I can definitely see Havertz getting something from those if he plays, which he should. Southampton again. I go Havertz for the next up until game week 7, and they've even got West Ham at home on game week 6. And let's be honest, West Ham are struggling with it. I don't think they will be. I think they'll come good in the end. I would probably have Havertz in up until game week 8, and then they got Liverpool. But it's a very good question. I can see why you're a bit unsure about it, but I'd probably go Havertz because I look at their fixtures. I think he could get something against Leeds, definitely get something against Leicester, and Southampton he could because it's Chelsea. Chelsea are far better than Brentford, aren't they? So. Depending on how you're using it, I would probably go Havertz. How many points has Havertz got? Yeah, he's 7.9. See, yeah, he's only got 3 points, hasn't he? He has played 89 minutes. I don't know. I think Havertz could get something even if he played 75 minutes in both those games. He's a weird player, Havertz. He really is. He really is. He's one of these players where you look at him and go, yeah, he's a good price. But he just doesn't seem to be able to rack up the points sometimes. You just think he could do a lot more than what he does. He's a very frustrating player to own. I mean, last year he got 8 goals and 4 assists. But I think in that Chelsea team, against who he's playing, I think Havertz will probably outscore Tony. But Tony has got good fixtures as well. So I'm probably just going to give it to Havertz by nose. Just by nose. Got me thinking now. It's funny when you get talking to people about fantasy football, Stu.
Yeah.
You then start going, maybe I could put him in. You start getting convinced by other people's kind of things. You know what I mean? Because I keep thinking of Tony now. When you've got Tony, I was like, oh, maybe Tony won't be a buy. Now I'm looking at Havertz. I'm like, Havertz is. I don't know. He has got. If he plays, he's got good fixtures actually. Chelsea got good fixtures in general.
I am going to share screen so you can have a look at Happy's thing.
Okay.
I'll remove the banner. So this is.
Right, let me just go out the comments. Let's have a look. So we've got Alisson, Man United away. Well, you've got a good keeper then. Okay, that's Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, yes. Robertson, yes. I think you should definitely keep Farrell. I like your defence, actually. Cancelo, yes. Yeah, keep Gabriel because you need an Arsenal defender because they've got really good fixtures for the next 5 or 6 game weeks. If you ever want to save money, you could drop down to Ben White and save yourself 0.5. Tillsman, he's penalties. Xhaka, De Bruyne, yeah. Tony, yeah. Jesus, yes. Mitrovic, that's an interesting one. Okay, you got Bowen on the bench. I'd definitely bring Bowen on. So I would swap Bowen for either Xhaka. I think he should come out for Bowen. And I'll probably keep Tillsman. I think you know what I mean, his name. Tillemans, yeah. And you've got
Tillemans is playing with us great because he wants his move to me. He wants to be out of Leicester. Yeah,
but the good thing with Tillsman is he's on penalties and he always does. He does have an eye for a spectacular. And it's Southampton at home, who I think we made look good, but they were actually quite vulnerable. You could definitely get an assist or a goal. I would swap Bowen for Xhaka. But I still think you've got a problem with McGinn, who you could probably reduce to a 4.5 midfielder. Save $1 million. And Gabriel, I think you could drop down to Ben White and save yourself another 5 million. Just have 1.5 million to play with to put somewhere else. You don't see many people with. You're sorry, Stu?
It's not a bad team.
It's not a bad team, but I would shave a bit of fat off, shall I say? That's the best way to. I'd shave a bit of the kebab off the sides, and just you could probably get the same value for players, and just have a bit more money to play and put into other parts of the team. You don't see many people with Alisson or Edison, the big value keepers. There's not many people who have them.
I've got him.
Who have you got?
I've got Alisson.
Yeah. See, it depends how you want to play. I mean, you're safer for clean sheets. I don't know. I don't put a lot of value into the keepers personally. Saying that, I've got Ward, and he's got me like, I think he's got me like 1 point in 2 games. So he's not doing me very well. But he's got me 2 points. So that's pathetic. But they have got tough fixtures, and I think they will get some clean sheets and he will get some save points soon. So I think he'll improve. He can only get better, let's say that. But yeah, that's not too bad in general.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. But I would definitely shave off a few bits from the side, save yourself a bit of money. So
you call it a lot of Leicester is wanting to leave.
You're calling me fat? No, say shave a bit of fat off your team. Save yourself some money. That's what I think you should do. Yeah. Hey, it's up to you, happy Army. However you want to do it. If you don't think, I just find it crazy to have so much money on the bench. I mean, I would either transfer Bowen out and bring in a good £8 million midfielder, or I would play him. You know, I think he could get some good Brighton, but I definitely won't be having that much left on the bench. If you've got a transfer to use, I'd use that. If you've got 2 transfers to use, I would definitely use it.
Amos Robert Titch. Stuart, this is what I was laughing at. Stuart correcting your pronunciation of players' names.
I know.
Can you possibly fit in a fullback for Gabriel?
Yeah, of course. So have a look. Oh, hello, expat Paul. I think he's popped in. He's new. Not new, but he's popped in new tonight. So have a look. So midfield fullbacks. So Gabriel's worth 5 million. Let's have a look. You can definitely get a good fullback for 4.5. You got Henry at Brentford. That's not a bad option. You got, obviously, if you really want to be exotic, you could get Cucurella. Castagnier from Leicester. He hasn't done much yet. He did get 8 points, but Timothy Castagnier, Leicester, he's a good attacking fullback. What else we got? Nico Williams for Forest, 4 million. You can save a bit of money and put that money elsewhere. Walker's Peter. But again, it's people like Walker's Peter. He's Southampton probably won't keep a clean sheet, neither will Leicester. But they are pretty good at attacking, so there is a bit of value in attacking. Who else you got? Fullbacks.
Morning, Paul.
What's that, sorry?
Just said morning to Paul.
Oh, okay.
It's for Tyler Paul.
Yeah. I saw him come in the comments, yeah. Justin from Leicester. I think he'll come good eventually. Kufal, West Ham. Once West Ham start getting up and running the season, which I think they will at some point. Lamptey's a tease because Lamptey could be dynamite, but he's just always injured. So yeah, I think that you've got a few options at 4.5, but you've also got some good options at 5 million. I mean, Cucurella's a good option, I think. Price. Who else have we got? Luca Dean, saying that he's they're probably not Luca Dean because Villa got hard fixtures coming up. 5 million. Again, normally Creswell would be a good option, but West Ham aren't firing yet. Maybe Doherty if he plays in the fullback positions. Yeah, I think that you've got a few definitely to pick from. Definitely, I think.
And he's trying to sweet talk you.
Who's
That's
this?
what Brother Titch says about you, I think. Now you're trying to sweet talk, talk happy.
Into what?
He'll call you shorty next. I think they're having a laugh at your expense with Happy when you
really?
Right off. Paul, my telly's about to go off. Bear with me. There we go. We're back. Good day, Paul. I'm catching up with comments. FF, there you go. Vertically challenges, no joke. Titch, don't worry. I know the tricks. Kieran, Titch, happy. Everyone's saying hello. Each other. Yeah. Don't let him try it with the sweet talk now that he's insulted you.
Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to give sound advice. I'm looking out for Happy's fantasy team long term. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you West Ham lot out because you need it right now.
That were a big bell, but I'll let you get away with it. Seeing as it's the Russell and TDT's Fantasy League show. So far, there's only scored 1 goal since he's been with us, and it was in the wrong net. He has 2 shots against Forest. His 2 shots against Forest were woeful. Titch, thanks for having me back. Well, thanks for having my back. Yeah, I got you happy. I know what he's like. The old playing dumb trick now. Trying to pretend he doesn't remember calling me a kebab belly.
What's all this about? Kebab belly? You call that?
You were about taking the fat off the kebab.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's why I see that. That's why when I was looking at a fancy team, you know, when you see him shaving the kebab, I was like, yeah, we've got to do some shaving off this team. Got to get those pieces of meats off and make it nice and lean. I think we'll lean up that team.
Exactly. Yeah. Help me, I don't know with it. He's laughing his head off. He's laughing his head off his Titch, and so he's happy with it. Looking out for me looking out for me waistline, more like.
And if there's anyone in the comments who's kind of watching but not comments, if any of you want to ask any fantasy questions, we're happy to kind of guide you with your fantasy teams, or you got anything you're thinking. So before we head off, if you want any fantasy questions asked, we're more than happy to do it. It's quite interesting. It seems I don't know. Was that gentleman earlier? Has he been in your stream before? Is he a new person?
I think it's a new one.
Oh, right.
Helping you apparently.
So that's good, because it's nice to think that maybe some people have seen the fantasy thing and are coming and asking for some views on what to do. So that's good. That's good that people are coming in and, you know, they're saying, "Oh, I got this player, that player." That's what you want. That's a good thing. I know it's joking. I know. I don't take it personally. It's all funny, isn't it? It's all fun and games.
Yeah, he's playing the innocent act really well, isn't he? Caught up with chat, guys. I've caught up with chat. Not doing too bad with chat these days. Have you noticed?
Yeah, a lot faster. It's good. Yeah, a lot faster.
I'm doing a lot better. I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's quite nice to see a few. Like I say, it's nice to see a few people coming in asking fantasy questions. So, like I say, you might get a few people who aren't regulars, but everyone's welcome, and you know, it's good. I like that. That's exactly what you want. So it's fun. It's a fun game. It's makes it a bit more interesting watching other teams play if you've got your fantasy players. So.
Oh, so it's funny. Laugh out loud, right? I sent a tweet out saying there's a villain on YouTube, so they'll come onto the stream.
I sent out a tweet saying there's a villain on YouTube. Funny football.
To do with funny football.
I think Titch is a bit jealous, Stu, that you're. I think he's a bit jealous that you taking a bit of affection to fantasy football. He wants it just on his. He's like a jolted lover. He just wants it all on his prediction. A jilted lover, not a jolted, a jilted lover.
Very active, Stu. Thank you very much, Happy, and I try to be. Yes, he's laughing at you. He's laughing at you, Happy. Oh, dearie me. It's been a good laugh tonight. I've enjoyed it. Really, I've enjoyed it.
I've liked it because it's been some of the regulars plus a few new people coming in, and you know we do this every Wednesday. So Stu's new to it, but I've been playing fantasy for about 14 years. So Yeah, if anyone wants to keep coming in and talking fantasy football, I know we go off topic a bit, but it is a fantasy football stream. But yeah, I don't know about you, Stu, but I think I'm happy with my team. I think I'm going to transfer out Neto. I'm going to go a bit weird and go. I'm going to have an Everton. I think I'm going to go Gray or Gordon for one game week. I think they might get something against Forest, and I might transfer back to Neto after that because he's got about 3 more good fixtures. But I will have 2 transfers, so I could. I'll see how the lay of the land is after the next game week. But if I'm getting unhappy with maybe a Robertson, I can maybe change from my formation to a 3-4-3. I'll see how it goes for another week. No drastic decisions. I'm really hoping Saka, the player that's frustrating me the most is probably Saka right now, because Martinelli seems to be getting all the points. So it's quite annoying.
Just hope I at least get one more than, and I get more than an advantage this week. Laugh out loud. Need to get back on my game, and at least now I'll have someone to blame if it all goes tits up.
So, well, it'd be interesting to see what you do. Once we start a league next year, we'll all be able to have a look at each other's teams because we will be in the same leagues. So, yeah. I think if you do what I say, I can't see Xavi, the Arsenal player, outscoring Bowen. I'll be surprised. I know he's been pushed forward, and he is being pushed up a bit more, but I don't know. I mean, surely Bowen could outscore him this week. Certainly, I've got Bournemouth away, so I don't know. I also see him as a defensive midfielder.
I'm surprised how quickly Stuart has become obsessed with fanny football. Brother Titch. My fantasy involves Cameron Diaz. Mine was Sancho Bullock once upon a time. Very tidy she was. Kieran, Titch laughing his head up at Kieran. And yet Stewie's higher than you in a league than you, Russ.
Well, the one thing I will defend myself on that right now is Stu has used one of his chips already, his bench boost. I have yet to use my bench boost, and usually when I use my chips, they usually bring in the points. So he's only 1 point ahead of me, and he has used the bench boost. So
by accident, because I didn't know what the hell.
Yeah, it was by accident. Yeah. So
you can't hold that against me, surely. It was my first time.
I can only talk facts. I've still got 3 chips in play, so I can only talk facts. But I actually do think Stuart started really well, actually. Yeah, I think he's doing all right. I'm just going to have a quick look at your team again, Stu. So let's have a look at the quick Stu's team.
Funny team, yeah, Kieran. Everyone laughing their heads off. Good morning, Darren. Morning all. I trust you're all well. Yes, we're all good. Thank you, Darren. Happy he just called you unhappy. There's a hey hum. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I'm happy, I'm unhappy, fat, crap, FPL, and short, cranky. Ain't got a lot going for me. I'm sure you've got loads going for you, happy. Mine is Lanzini. Titch got the pitch of Zine to send you, and it's fire. Good, happy. 6 a.m. and on my way to work.
Wow, madman. Whereabouts is Darren then? If he's 6 a.m., whereabouts is he?
Thailand.
Oh, Thailand. Wow.
Yes.
So oh wow. I'd love to see excuses. No excuses here, just facts.
Have a safe working day, Darren. Good to see you again. and send it, and I'll be the judge happy. And then she just put okay, laughing smiley face. It's been a good stream, mate. It really has.
Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. Like I say, mate, we can get most of our stuff done in about an hour, and the rest of it's just been chat, really, hasn't it? So,
yeah.
Good. And I've been intrigued to see, mate, what transfers you make and if it works. I think I'm pretty settled on mine, and I have faith in the players I've still got. Hopefully, Harrison can start getting me some points. So, or he could be next on the old chopping block. So you might be. So,
how's Harmony getting on? Yeah, she's doing well. I heard from her. What day we're on Thursday now, aren't we? No, yeah, we're Wednesday. Call it Wednesday night. I know it's Thursday morning now, but I heard from her Monday. Yeah, she's doing well. She's doing really well. I'll let her know that you've been asking of her. Happy. You like spinning on your chair, don't you?
I love it. I love these. I love the swinging. Does yours do it, Stu?
Well, my wheelchair don't know.
Oh, does it not? Gosh. Unless you got the guy, you ever seen Scary Movie 2? When he's in his wheelchair, he spins it all around and stuff. Unless you got what you can do.
Oh, I do love the electric one.
Can you do that? Can you do like flips and stuff in your? You got that used to it? You can do all that sort of stuff.
Well, no, because where I live, I've got to have a smaller wheeled wheelchair. With the small wheels at the front and the small wheels at the back.
Okay.
So I scoot around on my foot.
Oh dear.
So it's like my baby walker, but I don't walk her. So I scoot around. But no, I do it on my electric wheelchair. I do donuts around town and everything.
Yeah, you must have quite powerful arms from it because it's a lot of work, isn't it, with your arms and stuff.
Well, no, because I don't use my arms. I can't get my wheels are really. Instead of having a big wheel at the back and a small wheel at the front, my back wheels are as small as my front wheels.
Oh, right, okay.
So I have to scoot with my foot. I call it my adult baby walker.
Oh, right.
Remember when you used to see in baby walkers and you had a tray in front of you and you used to scoot without rooms? That's what I do, but with one leg.
Oh, right.
That's what I do. Good to hear. She's sweet. She's definitely sweet and she's definitely honest. There's no doubt about it. Russell insulted her too happy. She's jumping around. Yeah, if Russell insulted Happy, Amani should give him it back.
Yeah, I haven't seen her for a while with a double pivot.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think she'll be back on Friday. She'll be ready for you. She's been back since. I have a stool at work and it's mesmerising to spin on it.
It is, yeah. I find it quite relaxing. I don't know, especially with this one because, I can dip all this all the way down. See this? It can go like that, but then it can go all the way down, right down here. So look how low that goes. It goes all the way down to that. So that one can go really low. Oh, there we go.
I was insulting Stu in his wheelchair.
Oh, yeah, it's better like that. Yeah. Popeye arms, not Arnie arms. Popeye arms. That's what Stu will have.
That's a bit Russ.
Give him some spinach. Titch, that's better. We can't see him. Now, Stu, on a serious note, have you noticed this hostility from Kieran and Titch ever since I've gone ahead in the predictions thing? Have you noticed that? Not just me, is it? I noticed that the competition has ramped up. They don't like people ahead. They really don't.
See what I've got to put up with Happy. Sandstorm Stew, which he called him. Stronarm Stew. I felt that. Ernie Hams, my muscles have gone south, Happy, honest to God. I've got more muscles facing south than I have north.
Russell's commission. I do actually work. I do. Yeah, I've done. Yeah, it's funny you should say that. I do get a bit of commission.
Yeah, well, you're into your fitness, aren't you?
Yeah, I do a lot of training. So,
what does it get you out of it all?
you are saying?
What does it get you?
What does it get me?
Yeah, I mean, what benefits do you get from being fit?
I don't know. I've always trained since I was about 15, so I just enjoy training. You know, makes you feel good, doesn't it?
No idea, mate. Never tried it.
Never
tried it.
You do get a buzz. I do like running, so
I used to once upon a time. But
yeah.
no, but on a serious note, I've got them bloody restraint bands what I try and use.
Yeah.
And I just don't seem to get anywhere with them because no benefit from them. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not thinking, what am I doing?
Well, they're like the ones you do that with. There's like ones.
No, I've hooked them onto my door frames because when we've been in chair.
Yeah.
So I have to twist my body, and I think, what am I doing? I'm not getting any enjoyment out of this.
You should have one of those hand ones, you know, where you do that, where you squeeze them.
No, I've tried them and it hurts my hands.
Yeah, you get used to them. Yeah. Look at Kieran. Early days, Ross. Early days.
We're allowing the guests to take the lead for a few weeks. All right. Feel for you, Stu, working with these types. I know, but it's all good fun. I'm happy. It's all good fun. Then Kieran's going to whoop your ass. Early days, Russ. Early days. That's what they're saying to you. What exercise is he describing now? I ain't got a bloody clue, man.
Oh, you know the ones where you get those hand things. What are they called? Then you squeeze them, don't you?
They're like grips, aren't they?
Yeah, you just
grips.
They look like little. It's got like a spring cord in the middle, and you just squeeze them together. It strengthens your arms, I think. Not anything you're thinking with Lanzini. Are we still on for Friday? Well, it depends, Kieran, if we have to move a whole schedule around for you.
Oh, no, Fridays is good. Fridays, I'm looking forward to Friday. They'll be sweeter than will be sweeter. It will be sweeter when he drops down, geezer. Laugh out loud.
I really hope we go through.
Yeah, Russ.
You are?
Have you got a good grip, you're saying?
I've got a good grip on the league right now.
Ooh. Cheaper to get rusty players. Now that's the most sensible thing I've read out on all day. Just get some rusty players and keep trying to open and close them bloody things.
Rusty pillars, what are they?
Pliers.
Oh, pliers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried opening a pair of rusty pliers?
No.
Yeah, well, they're a lot harder work than a bloody grip things you're on about.
Really? I know.
Oh, yeah. Happy Emirates laughing there enough. Good comeback and such a show off.
Who's that?
You, I think you're keeping fit.
I was only answering the question.
It must be hard to read the screen when you are spinning, Russ.
It must be hard to read the screen when you are spinning. No, because when you spin around, you can kind of like catch another bit of it. So,
Are we like spinning on that chair?
It's relaxing. This is the best chair. I've never had a good chair before, and it's just comfy when you're talking. You can just kind of rock in it and spin. I find that relaxing.
Oh no, she meant showing. No, she meant you showing off about your league position.
Oh, the league position. No, oh right. Well, what can I say? Again, I'm not saying anything that isn't true. I'm not making up things. I'm just telling it how it is right now. The Leeds United contingent are winning the predictions tables right now. That's all I can say. Am I lying, Stu? Am I lying? I'm not showing off. I'm just spitting the truth, shall we say.
You won't be there long, Mappy. God, there is competition between you and Brother Titch. Wow.
It's all good. All good. It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
1 week I will beat Russ. MWAH,
Spin on this. No, Liam Stark. Do not use your triple captain on Jesus this week. No. You've got to use your triple captain when it's a double game week. No. I forbid you.
Kieran, funny.
You can use that triple captain on a double game week. Triple the points. In fact, quadruple the points. Definitely not.
Right, well, look, we've been going 2 hours, 21 minutes. It's nearly midnight.
It's been good. I've enjoyed it. Loads of abuse. People challenging the guy at the top, which you love to see. That's what it's all about. What else we got? I had Jesus as captain first week. He didn't score. Then we moved it late last week. Yeah. That's the risk you take. Yeah, Liam Starr. I would be triple. I know. It's all in a good gist. I know it's all in good gist. I don't know, Liam. I wouldn't be using my triple captain. It's up to you, but I wouldn't use it personally necessarily. So, captain Mitchell instead, and there's a -2. Yeah. And that's what happened to the people who had Nunes as well. So you're happy with you're happy with what you're thinking then, Stu?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Good. Well, I guess we will talk Leeds and West Ham on Friday.
Yeah, that should be good.
That'll be our time when we can start venting about. I think the West Ham contingent have got more to talk about transfers, and I've got a funny feeling we're going to be saying the same things for what we've been saying for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think so as well. I do. We aren't signing anyone this week now. It's too late. It's Thursday now, isn't it?
No, so it could be quite an annoying stream for us guys. We'll have to maybe sit back and let the West Ham crew indulge in their signings, plug in the gaps which need plugging, while we can only wish on the sidelines. But we can say we're ahead of them in the league, so we do have that for now. How long that'll last for, I don't know.
You'll have to keep up your game if you get caught up. You have to up your game, Russell. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
yeah,
look, I think we'll leave it there, Russell. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves tonight. I have, definitely have. Great seeing Happy and Kieran and new people in chat, and Liam. Get well soon, son. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, good. Thank you everybody for watching this edition of the Disabled Team. It's a goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me, and take the advice I gave you on some of your teams. I'm here to help.